What is up, YouTube world, Facebook world? Welcome back to another episode of the MLS Corner. Today, we're going to preview LA Galaxy versus Charlotte FC. So, I had to get two of our strongest weapons, one from Charlotte and one from LA. Today, we have Lee from CLTFC Fan TV. Lee, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
And great, great. And we also have, I'm not sure about this. He's going to confirm it with us, but we have Jay Hernandez. Jay, how are you today, man? My first question to you is, are you or are you not related to Javier Hernandez?
No, I'm not related to him at all. Not at all. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Nice, awesome. And before we get started, we just have to do a quick shout out to our sponsors, Albemarle Paper. As you guys know, Albemarle Paper is one of our official sponsors. Albemarle Paper is an elite paper distributor that is based out of Albemarle, NC. Albemarle Paper services products within the cities of Charlotte, Concord, Albemarle, and surrounding areas, from fiber, plastic, and foam bowls, tissues, napkins, any restaurant supplies, or any janitorial supplies. Albemarle Paper has you covered. You can pick up products directly at Albemarle's warehouse located at 735 Henson Street, or you can visit their website at albemarlepaper.com, or you could just shoot them a call at 704-550-5676. Again, shout out to our sponsors, Albemarle Paper. Awesome. All right, boys, let's do it. So, Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
So I'm from LA, born and raised in LA. I grew up LA Galaxy fan since I was a kid. Ever since '96 when the team was put together. So I mean, I've been a fan ever since. Been good times and a bad. It's been a lot of good and recently a lot of bad. So it's been a fun ride so far.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty unique. I think LA Galaxy is one of the most traditional teams in the MLS, especially with a league that's not even 30 years old. Like, a traditional team is not, yeah, it's like a word that you kind of throw loosely, but LA definitely fits that category, correct?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's been a lot of great players come through the club. A lot of great games and historical moments with the club. So I would say for MLS, I would say historical.
Nice. What's been your most memorable moment so far with like following LA?
Man, there's a lot. I mean, it depends on how far you want to go back. I mean, there was the Zlatan years, which was pretty exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
having him, I mean, just watching him live was great. And then of course when Robbie Keane and
Yeah.
Landon Donovan were winning trophies and David Beckham. I mean, I would say probably the David Beckham, Robbie Keane, and Donovan team. That's probably the most memorable team for me at least.
Okay, awesome. So, have you been to any of the? Well, yeah, like what's been your most memorable game? That's what I'd like to know.
Uh,
Well, you know.
Man, that's kind of that's putting me on the spot. That's putting me on the spot. It's a lot. It's a lot to choose from. Recent memory, I would say I went to the LAFC game where against LAFC where Zlatan scored. That was
Okay.
pretty memorable. Yeah, that was a fun game. And man, before that, I mean, probably I went to the very first game for the club, so I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little kid. I'm Salvadorian American, so Mauricio Cienfuegos on the team. I mean, that was good. That was big for us. So I'm gonna go with the very first LA Galaxy game.
Okay. Awesome, bro. I mean, that's kind of interesting. You were at the very first game. We'll actually be at our very first home game this weekend as well. So it'll be kind of historic for us as well. So you're already part of history, which is pretty cool for LA, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember as a little kid, just at the Rose Bowl, packed house, and I'm sure you guys are gonna have a packed house too. So, yeah, it's exciting for you guys, I bet.
Yeah, man. Speaking a little bit about Charlotte, man. I know we're a brand new franchise. I kind of wanted your thoughts a little bit on Charlotte FC, maybe your expectations for our team. We already played our first game this weekend, which if you just look at the score line, you're saying 3-0, okay. DC
No,
probably just dominated. But
no.
then you actually take a look at the game, and I feel like the result really doesn't reflect what actually happened on the pitch. But we'll get more into that a little bit later. But at first, I want you to maybe talk to us a little bit about what you see from Charlotte FC as an outsider looking into Charlotte FC.
I mean, what I saw, which I thought was interesting, is you guys trying to build off the back from the defense, trying to come out playing with the ball. I mean, not too many clubs, especially brand new clubs, want to play that way. I think that's admirable. I mean, you got to respect that for a club to come out and try to do that with the first game, knowing mistakes could be made, and I like that. That means there's identity to your team and the way you guys want to play.
Yeah, Mars has already said we're either gonna live by it or die by it. So expect that all season.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you guys are gonna give up some pretty easy goals that way. Sometimes you make a mistake, but I mean I like it. I like it.
For sure. I'd love to hear from you, Lee, a little bit too about the first game, man. I know both you and I were actually there. Tell me a little
yeah,
bit about your experience and what you thought of the game.
man, it was awesome. I'm just now getting my voice back. Still a little scratchy, but yeah, we had a good time, right? I mean, it was the goal that never happened, and then we won't mention her name, but she she went flying forward and flipped over a couple of seats, a
Oh
couple of
wow,
rows ahead. You
We
know,
already have memories, and like I did a vlog for our channel of like I'm like half of these videos I can't even post because like we'll probably get blacklisted
thank
by
you.
the club.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But that's
But
one
yeah,
cool.
man,
Yeah, yeah,
it
keep
was a
going.
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, right? I feel like for the first game, I think the chants were there. So shout out to Churchy and the supporters groups that kind of all got together on that, right? That was really legit, and just the atmosphere itself. Everybody was in a good mood, even after the game when we lost the 3-0, which in my opinion should have only been 1-1. You know, it is what it is, I
100%.
guess.
Yeah, that penalty call was very dodgy. Yeah,
It was not a penalty, man. Like DC has to be worried, right? They have to be worried because they really didn't win. I mean, on paper they won, right? But if
right.
they went back and actually looked at the game, I mean, I don't think they were any better than us.
yeah, and like Jay said, we're wanting to play off the back, and you're starting to see strides in the team. Like I've been to all of our games so far, and we looked horrible against Charleston Battery, which was our very first game. We made some improvements against Columbus, looked better. Against Miami, we looked better. We look better against DC as well. So you can start kind of seeing that players are
Yeah.
getting used to that, what I like to call that Miguel ball, that Mars ball. And so, like you said, like playing off the back is going to be a staple for our team. But yeah, so a little bit going into your coach, man. Tell us about Greg Vanny. I mean, this is his second year in Galaxy. I mean, you guys have an MLS proven coach. You guys started off really strong last season and kind of dipped and just barely missed playoffs. I think it was by a goal difference, correct?
Yeah, goal difference. Yeah, like a last minute goal from RSL, and we were out. Greg Vanny, I like him. I mean, like you said, he's a proven coach, proven winner. He has an idea of what his team wants to do. I feel like this year he had a lot more say in the type of players he was able to bring in. So I mean, you could see, the players are having an easier time adapting to what he wants. So I mean, he's a coach who wants to keep possession. He wants to attack, and he likes to go for the win. So I mean, I'm excited. This year should be a lot better than last year.
Nice, man. What are your expectations in terms for your team? Do you see them making playoffs? Do you see them going all the way? What can we expect from LA Galaxy this year?
I think as it stands, I think we're a playoff team. We have the talent. Um, I think for me, my opinion, for us to make a run, I think we need maybe a one experienced center back there.
Mm.
Um, I think against New York, our center backs they kind of made some mistakes that if New York is on their game, they probably punish us. So we played well. I thought we played well against New York City. They're a good team. They're going to contend. I thought we played well. I just think in the back, it's a little shaky for me.
Okay. Well, definitely not on that right back position though, because Araujo, man, I was impressed by him. He looks like a quality player. First of all, it looks like this man is never tired. He's got a solid right foot on him.
Yeah, I mean physically he's a monster. You
Yeah,
know, for a right back, he's aggressive. He likes to attack. Defensively, he likes to he like like the footballers players that like to hit. He's kind of like that. He likes to hit. Um, but he's still young. You know, he's gonna make his mistakes. But definitely, man, his future is bright.
nice. I kind of throw that question out there to you as well, Lee. I mean, obviously, it's just our very first game, but what do you expect out of our season so far, just from that very first game that you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Like you said, I was kind of worried what was going to happen with the preseason because we looked slow and lost, man. And it was like night and day watching them play out there at Audi Field, right? Um, you know, like was already said, right? There's possibilities of giving up some easy goals, but I think overall we well, we played well, right? I mean, shout out. I think personally, Jalen Lindsay did a really good job. Um, you know, Bronico solid in midfield. Fuchs was pretty good right over there on the left. So,
Right.
I feel like we got a chance, but I think we're just gonna miss the playoffs. I think top 10 and we have a good season.
Yeah. Well, I think if we can stay within playoff contention by the
For sure.
summer and we add
Mhm.
one or two pieces, we'll be all right. One of the things I think we spoke about this already, but I feel like we have a coach that knows how to do a lot with a can do more with less, right? And
Yeah,
I think that's
100%.
very, very important. The only issue is he's getting used to the MLS, understanding the MLS, and we have a squad as well. I think 15 out of the 25 players that we've signed never had any MLS experience, right?
Yeah.
So we're a newbie coach within a newbie team. But I like what I see from the players. And I think after they get a chance to be in front of 75,000 people this weekend, seeing like, okay, like this is real. Because I think none of them, except for maybe Fuchs, have been in an environment with that many people supporting
Right.
them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Fuchs may have gone to Old Trafford, Anfield, and seen it, but he hasn't experienced it as being the player that these team that is being cheered on.
Right.
So I feel like that extra level of more will give those players that extra level of motivation that they need this this weekend, of course.
Yeah. I mean, again, right? I mean, we saw the goals. The penalty was never a penalty. If they gave that penalty, then for sure they should have gave it the other end, right? I think
100%.
our call was even more so than theirs.
Yeah,
And
both of
then
them were dodgy, but yeah, if you're given that one,
yeah, yeah,
it's
100%.
the
And
one
then the
or
second goal, right, was a deflection. I mean, okay, whatever. And the third goal, I don't know. I feel like we could have maybe
yeah, I
caught the
feel like
ball instead
Kalina
of a
could have done
punched it.
better on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But even he had a good game, so I wouldn't. He made one mistake, I guess, but overall, I think he did pretty good too.
Right. How about you,
Yeah,
Jay? Tell us a little bit about what you saw against New York City FC. I mean, you guys just beat the defending champs.
mhm,
You
yeah,
got a Chicharito who, like, you always have to watch out for, right? I mean, the man. There's very few players with the instincts of Chicharito within the 18 box, man. Like
yeah,
he just knows where to be and knows what to do.
yeah. I mean, if you give him a chance inside the box, he's gonna cook you. So
100%.
he's a smart player. He knows his runs are impressive. Um, yeah, man, and when he's locked in, he's gonna definitely score if you give him any chance. So I mean, he had his chance and he put it away. That's what he's been paid for his whole career.
Yeah,
So
right.
So yeah, I mean, like you said on the call, we kind of got away with a call to be honest with you. It could have been a pen when there's a free kick into the box. We kind of held a couple of their players, didn't get called. So I mean, MLS refs,
God,
you know,
MLS refs, man.
They
That's what
definitely give us a welcoming.
hey, the VAR's right there. I mean, I don't know.
it
Even with
wasn't clear
Spar
and
right
obvious,
there.
apparently.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten screwed over, so it's gonna happen, unfortunately. Um,
Right.
but as far as the game, I thought we played well. Douglas Costa looked pretty decent for it being his first ever game of the season. He didn't even have preseason with the club, so um,
He
it
showed
was.
some highlights of his skill, right?
I
You can
mean,
see it.
he's whatever he's been his whole career. He's just gonna blow past people if you give him a chance. 1v1. If you're isolated with him 1v1, you better be a good defender because he's gonna make you look bad.
I think that's
So
what we're worried about this game is him, that right wing, like the
mhm,
right side for you, the left for us. I think that's going to be the key
yeah,
matchup of the game.
Yeah.
yeah, for me because and with chemistry, it's like I said, it's the first game, so their chemistry is not there yet. But with him on the right and Julian overlapping, um, and then Julian is great at sending crosses. So if you guys let him, send in those crosses, he's gonna find one of them. So I mean, that's something that I think you guys, your coaching staff at least should focus on. That right side could be a problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with Jay.
Yeah, we've been noticing that as well, especially in that left pack position. Mora hasn't really impressed us. We acquired him from DC, and I've watched him all preseason, and he hasn't looked the
Yeah.
player. So that's something that we've been very worried about going into this game as well, especially after watching y'all.
hmm Yeah. I mean, I think that's our best side, the right. On the left side, Adams, he's okay. He's the one who gave Chicharito the assist, Edwards. Um, he's okay. I like what I saw from him. I think it's an improvement from last year. Last year we struggled with our left back. Fanya was injured all season, so he's an improvement. And then Cabral is just like he's kind of a question mark sometimes. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Gotcha. Yeah,
The
yeah.
worry, though, right, is the back line for you guys would be the concern, right? Maybe not the right side, but center over seemed a little
Mhm.
shaky.
I think our center backs are pretty shaky, especially with the ball at their feet.
Hmm.
Um, I think you know they turn the ball over. You know, so that's why I think that's where we need to upgrade. Find a center back who can break lines and help us initiate our offense because we tend to turn it over a lot.
Right.
Now, speaking of that, talk to us a little bit about some of the departures that you guys had in that midfield as well. You had Sebastian leave, you had Jonathan Dos Santos, but you did also have a player that played under Vandy before and Mark Delgado come in. Tell us a little bit about this transfer window. I mean, you've touched on Douglas Costas as well.
Mhm.
What about this transfer window have you liked, and maybe some of the things that you haven't?
Uh, as far as Mark Delgado, I think he's been solid. He brings a little bite on defense. With the ball at his feet, he seems comfortable. He's pretty crafty. He's not gonna, uh, he's not a playmaker, but he's pretty good with the ball at his feet. So I've been happy with what I've seen from him so far. As far as Jonathan Dos Santos, I think his last season, you can tell he just doesn't have physically. He just can't cover ground like he used to. He just a lot of injuries. He's just not the same player that came, when he got to the club. So, I think it was time to move on from him. And Sebastian Leggett also. Um, I think he me my personal opinion. I think he just burned out. He's played a
Mm,
lot of games with the U.S., a lot of games with the Galaxy, and he. I think for him personally, I think he needed a different uh, scenery, a different club.
okay. Well, he is getting that now. right?
Yeah, he's under Bruce, who he's played under. So I mean, he knows them very well. I think he's gonna fit in well with them. Um, you know, who knows? I think he'll have a pretty decent season, but as far as with the Galaxy, I think his time was up.
Nice. How about you, Lee? I mean, you've gotten a chance to watch 4 Charlotte FC games now. What
Yeah.
player has stood out to you the most?
I don't know, man. That's a good question because, you know, I mean, again, not to harp on the preseason, right? Because it is what it is preseason, right? But I don't know. Shit, TT maybe.
Yeah, I think you know
Well,
who
that's an easy
I've
call, right?
seen grow a lot. I've seen Alan Franco grow. His very
Franco
first
too.
game in that midfield, I was like, "Yo, I don't think this guy's gonna last."
Yeah,
And then he improved against Columbus, got better against Miami as well. And I think our man of the match for against DC, even though we lost, was Christian Fuchs, in my opinion.
oh,
Him and TT
100%.
are up there. And then I would say Alan Franco's right there with them as well, man. He was great defensively, and he actually put in the cross in for TT's header that never counted. So that's a player that I've gone from doubting to believing in, especially because he has that experience of understanding how Miguel wants to play as well.
Yeah. I mean, with that being said, too, I'm kind of geeking on Lindsay, right? I mean, the the post when we hit the post. I mean, if it wasn't for him, like he made that tackle, started that play, and then he actually got in there and made that pass to him too. So, you know,
Nice,
yeah, I'm
awesome.
geeking on Lindsay today.
So getting into the game Saturday, Jay, tell us a little bit about who you think would be some key players that Charlotte FC needs to watch out for. I mean, obviously the most highlighted player with the biggest profile is Chicharito.
Right. Yeah, like you said, of course, Chicharito. You give him a chance, he's gonna put it away. Um, I wanna say a player who he has a lot of ups and downs, but I think is really talented. He's just young. He hasn't put it together consistently. I think Kevin Cabral. A lot of people probably thought last year was a bad season for him, which it was, but he's looking better this season. Looks a lot faster. Looks a lot stronger. I think he can give defenders a lot of problems, because of his speed. He's real fast, and he's real crafty with the ball. So Kevin and like you said, of course, Douglas Costa. The wings. That's where we pretty much attack through the wings with Kevin Cabral and Douglas Costa. So I mean, that's for me. That's going to be the key for us.
Right. Yeah. Especially having a guy on that right too coming in like Araujo, man. I'm very scared of that right hand side and what you guys can do there. Really hoping Douglas Costa has a day off as well, man. Because I think if he's on, he can do some damage to us.
Hopefully, his flight gets delayed or something.
Yeah.
Lee, who do you see in being key for Charlotte FC this weekend?
I think we keep hitting it right. I think that back or that left side is going to be a key, keeping Chicharito quiet, right? Um, and then just trying to guess on how we're going to line up and what
Yeah,
formation we're going to take is kind of tough too, right? Because
that's been a difficult thing because I mean, starting with a back three is Fuchs played his best game and was our player of the match because he was in a back three. I mean, he was covered, right? But if we go into a 4-3-3, I think we're going to be very exposed with Mora and him on that left hand side. But if we go with a 4-3-3, we give what I consider our best player, Titi Ortiz, the chance to play in his best position as an attacking midfielder.
yeah, and then
So
also would depend on hopefully Carroll shows up ready to play.
right.
I know he missed last week just because of visas and all that other stuff, but if he shows up ready to play and we can get the ball to him, right? I think that link up play from midfield up to the forwards there is going to be huge.
Yeah, it'll be interesting finally getting a chance to see our DP play in his first official match. That's something that we didn't. That is an interesting topic because we also had Rios come in who didn't look bad either.
Oh, he
Uh,
played pretty good.
Yeah, we acquired him from Nashville, and as soon as he came in, I'm like, okay, I can see like I'm excited to have another attacking option for us, especially in the forward position.
Yeah, sorry, Jay. Caleb's getting on us. So, Carroll was our striker, by the way.
No, yeah, I'm reading the comment right now. I'm like, you guys gotta
Yeah.
tell me who the players are. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to learn them. I'm actually gonna see if I could rewatch you guys' game again.
Yeah, it was
Um,
pretty good.
yeah.
We were
So
unlucky. We're unlucky. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, if you look at it from just a scoreline perspective, you're like, okay, like this is
mhm.
exactly what we expected from Charlotte to come in and just lose. But then if you actually watch the game, you're like, I don't know if they deserve to lose or not.
Yeah.
Although
The
those
thing
last
that new
20 minutes in the game, we were getting pounded pretty badly.
yeah new franchises usually they struggle defensively. I mean, look at Cincinnati; they're still struggling.
Right.
So,
Cincinnati is nothing but a struggle.
oh my God, yeah, it's kind of that's what kind of like Nashville kind of built their team, defense first, and then they got a solid defense.
Yeah, they
So
were over in your division this year, man, or conference this year.
yeah, it looked pretty solid this year too.
The MLS is getting much, much stronger, man.
It is. It
Yeah,
is. Cool. And
you know,
I'm going to
you,
open it up too if anyone has any questions as well to kind of pop them in the chat as well to maybe ask you a little bit about
mhm.
LA or ask us about Charlotte. But I got an interesting question for you, man. What's the stronger conference, the West or the East?
uh, I'm gonna say this year is probably the East. I mean, you have New York City, you have Atlanta that looks good,
Who?
Philadelphia, Atlanta.
He's
Oh,
joking.
okay, I see what you
Yeah,
did there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that you have Philly, who's pretty good. They have a lot of interesting young kids there. It's a solid conference. I think coming out of that conference is going to be pretty hard.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
So,
man.
do you think LA will make the playoffs this year?
They have to, man. We cannot miss it again. No, it's just unacceptable if you miss it. We have the talent. I mean, if it's the thing is if we could stay healthy. Last year Chicharito missed 12 games, and we missed it by, like you said, by a goal.
Right.
So I mean,
Well,
imagine if
he
he
was
would have
on
been.
fire at the beginning of the year too.
He missed 12 games, and he was only off the Golden Boot race by about 2 goals, I think.
Didn't he have like 17 goals? I thought I
hmm
read somewhere.
Yeah, and that's with missing 12 games.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
impressive.
if he played half of those games, we'd probably make the playoffs. So
Yep.
Yeah. And now going into his third season in the MLS, like I mean, he
He's a
knows and
veteran.
understands the league.
Yep.
yeah, and you could tell he looks hungry. He looks healthy. He looks like locked in. He's worked out all off season. He looks fit. The team rallies around him. He's like the spirit of the team now. This is his team,
Right.
so it's good. I'm excited. I think he's gonna have like a MLS MVP caliber season.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that as well. This is a good question from Jay, maybe that you can answer. Jay, from Jay to Jay, man. Is this
I
Araujo's
saw it.
last year with LA?
I think so. I actually surprised he didn't leave this season. I've heard that he wanted to stay one more year, but yeah, he's ready for Europe. Like that kid he has to go to Europe. I don't think he should go to a big league. Maybe not right away. Um, maybe like of Germany, maybe. But yeah, this definitely should be his last season.
Yeah, I definitely see Germany as a focal point, especially for American players.
Yeah, I mean Josh Bello just left, so there's a lot of Americans over there, and they're giving him a chance to play. So that's probably a good landing spot for him.
Nice. Awesome. Let's jump into some score prediction, boys. I'll start off with you, Lee, man. Give us your score predictions and tell us who you think will score.
Who I think will score?
Yeah.
Shit. 2-1. I think Chicharito will definitely score against us. Um, I don't know, man. I wish Carroll had played last week. I don't know. I don't know who's going to score for us. It
Yeah.
could be a Fuchs header. It could be a Carroll, classic. It could be a
Yeah.
deflection. It could be anything, man.
Yeah.
2-1 is what I'm going with, though.
Shout out to Caleb for this, but he said, and I agree with him, it should be TT Ortiz again because he technically scored our first goal that didn't count. And like he was hype about it. He kissed the badge. He was like, "Yo, I'm all for the team." And I'm like, you know what? Like, it'd be cool to give him the very first goal.
Let's not get sentimental so early in the season.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay?
I actually think you guys are gonna score first.
Okay.
And then we're gonna come from behind and beat you guys. So I'm thinking 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Man, it's
We're
your team
At
that
least
you're.
he gave us the goal first, which we'll at
gonna-
least be excited about.
hey, the,
Yeah,
the crowd's gonna go wild, and then after that, it's a different story.
Then reality will set in.
that's right. That's when the refs show up again.
Yeah.
Hey, no, well, a lot of people think we get favored by the refs a lot, so maybe.
Yeah. This is a good point too. TT also exceptionally easy to chant. Yeah, bro. We could just yell Chich TT. Nice. Who do you see?
Caleb, sorry,
Yeah.
Caleb.
Do you see Chicharito winning the Golden Boot this year?
Like I said, he was close last year, and he missed 12 games, so
I
he's
think
gonna
if he
be there.
stays healthy, if he stays
Yeah,
healthy,
yeah. The good thing is, like last year, we didn't have anybody who could play striker when he went down. This year we have that the Serbian kid Jolovic. Jolovic, I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah.
his name. He's
Dejan.
a good, yeah, he's a good sub. If he's not there, kid's pretty good too.
Yeah. What are your expectations from him this season?
But see, I don't know if Vanny's going to give him enough playing time. Because he doesn't seem to like to play with two strikers. Um, I don't think he's ever played with preseason. I don't think he played with two strikers. So I don't know how much time the kid's going to get, but when he comes on the field, he scores. So, I mean, he's a good backup plan in case Chicharito gets injured, or if you want to rotate him. I think maybe he'll get some minutes that way. But it's kind of hard for him to get some minutes, which kind of sucks.
Nice. Cool. Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you my predictions. I think we're winning 2-1, man. I think we'll score. The crowd will get hype. Then it'll be tied, and then 7 minutes before the end, we get the TT winner either from a free kick. Yeah, I'll say it'll be from a free kick. The crowd goes wild. We can celebrate in Atlanta's face the win, and we can also go into that third week saying, "Yo, we got a W and we broke your record." So hopefully this doesn't come back and bite me.
Hey, they might save that clip right there.
yeah, just cut me out of it. Just cut me out of it.
Use that against you.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real. All right,
Hey,
Charlotte, I need y'all to step up.
bro,
yeah,
you
you
already
can't.
saw what's going on Twitter, man. It's a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. We're like that. Well, LFC, it gets pretty crazy too. So
Right?
I understand, but it's fun as long as it doesn't get out of hand.
Cool.
Any reason in particular for Vanny to go? You know what? Why does he go Vasquez over Alvarez? Probably because of the experience. That's probably the most, and because he played with him in Toronto. I was actually second, like early in the second half. I was screaming for Efra Alvarez to sub in for Vasquez. The guy, he's good. He'll give you one good half, and then that's all he has left. He's an older guy. But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Efra Alvarez play, but not on the wing. I want him as like a attacking midfielder. I think that's probably where he would be best at.
Perfect. And then shout out to the boys at Carolina Hooligans as well, who are one of our supporters room. Says we'll be getting rowdy this weekend. So Yeah, man, we're super excited. This weekend is going to be historic for us. 2.5 years, I'd like to say, in the making, and we've been waiting, man. It feels like we've been here forever, bro, and we've barely played one MLS game.
It's
It's so
exciting though.
true. It's so
I'm
true.
excited for you guys.
Yeah, we are too, brother. You have no idea. We've been
Yeah.
grinding out content left and right the best we could.
Yeah, it's good that the team's scoring, which is better now. You know what I'm saying? We've scored the last 2 games. First one was a penalty, and now we scored on open play. So
We
hopefully,
did score an open play, it got disallowed. So the next thing that happens is we get a goal, right? And it counts.
watch it be an own goal.
Hey, man,
I'll take it.
the way our center backs make mistakes sometimes, I wouldn't put it past them.
Nice. Well,
Already
awesome.
just jinxing us all around.
That's not a jinx, bro. I'll take a 1-0 win with an own goal any day.
Oh, 100%. I would too.
Give
I
me
don't care how we win. We just got to get that W before we head south.
Nice. Awesome. Well, this concludes another episode of the MLS Corner. Jay, thank you so much for coming on. Lee, thank you so much for being on as well. I'm excited about this weekend, man. Jay, respectfully, I hope you're wrong. Lee, I hope you're right, man.
We'll see. We'll see Saturday.
Hey,
Awesome.
Jay, man. It's a pleasure, man.
No, for sure, guys. Good luck and good luck the rest of the season. I'm hoping you guys do well, and fans keep coming, filling up that stadium.
Awesome.
Yep. Shout out to the shipping department.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke.